Truth number 2. Peace with people and God will always be greater than vengeance. Peace with people and God will always be greater than vengeance. Of course it's true because it is given to us by God, but I've lived this and I have seen this. Sometimes we think that the peace that is for us, sometimes we think that the peace that God means for us is on the other end of us getting our get back. Sometimes we think that the peace that is for us is on the other end of us going tit for tat and having the last tit or having the last tat. And the fact of the matter is that could not be further from the truth. And the crazy thing is, man, I have lived this, y'all. I have lived this. There was a season of my life when I would go to sleep thinking about the negativity that I'd have to face the next day. I would go to sleep planning on how I would go tit for tat with this person or go back and forth with these guys or X, Y, and Z. My life was consumed with vengeance. I developed insomnia because I was ruminating so much about vengeance, and I was so consumed with anger. I was so consumed with pride. I was so consumed with fear that I could not find it within myself to choose or have any type of peace. And it was crazy. But the thing is, when I realized that it wasn't my fight and I was actually making things worse, is when I was actually able to give it to God. When I realized that vengeance and revenge is like a game of ping pong, is when I was able to put it down. I realized that as long as I continue to hit the ball of revenge back at the other person or other people, it's going to come back, and we're going to keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And the game will never end until somebody puts down the paddle. The game will never end until somebody says, I'm not playing anymore. And it's kind of crazy because unlike the actual game, the individual who often wins is the one who walks away from the table. It's oftentimes the one who stays at the table that becomes the loser. It's crazy because I realize this is how I look when I'm sitting here waiting to continue to play the game of revenge with somebody. There's no way that I could ever win in that scenario. And then number 2, there's no way that God can really work in that situation. And so on today, let us not play ping pong of revenge and vengeance with people. Let's not go back and forth and try to go tit for tat. And let's not play this game understanding that there's no way that we could ever win, and there's no way that God can get the glory out of that situation. On today, I would like to encourage us to choose peace over vengeance.